Alright, now we talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween. First thing I want to say is get the okay. I've never really cared for Rob Zombie's Halloween films. To be completely honest with you, I thought that the theatrical version of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was okay. But I think, and I've heard things that theatrical versions of these movies are alright. And I don't know, I can't argue with that. Or I can't agree with it either. Well, I can agree on Halloween 2 because I've seen that one. I haven't seen the theatrical version of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I've seen RZH2, but I haven't seen that one theatrically. But I can tell you that Rob Zombie's H2, Halloween 2, theatrical version is better than the version that they put in the ending specifically. We'll get to that one. But this one, I just wish that maybe I wish I would have seen the theatrical version, and I wish that Rob Zombie didn't have such a high ego that says no, it has to be my director's cut. It's the only one available. I know there's a Blu-ray set available of both of them theatrical versions, but I don't feel like paying money to get those films. They're just another version of Rob Zombie's Halloween films. I don't really care. So let's talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween, and let me stop venting myself. Oh, I'm going to vent a lot in this because this movie pisses me off. And there's a reason why I'm only going off of... Well, I watched Decker Shadow's review for it, and I'm just using... he went beat by beat, and so I'm going by beat in the film. And I've seen him in film before, but I have a very hard time watching Rob Zombie's movies, like the Halloween movies, because I just can't get into them, and I want to turn it off. Every time I try to watch this, if I can get past the first part, like the whole backstory, redneck, bad childhood bullshit, Ronnie and his "I will skull fuck you." I get past that, it's pretty much beat by beat, somewhat, of the original Halloween. Save for a little more nudity, a more grainier look, maybe, grimier, and how Michael gets out. And that's one of the differences I know from... I know the original version, he gets out differently, but in this version, he gets out because some idiots want to rape a couple of security guards want to rape a patient in his room, and that's how he escapes. He kills them and then escapes. He kills Danny Trejo too, but in the original, I don't remember how it happens. He just escapes, I guess. And the worst thing that Rob Zombie could have done, he did. He made Michael Myers relatable. He made people sympathize with Michael Myers. Yes, people are fans of Michael Myers, but they don't want to sympathize with him. He's a psycho killer. He's a serial killer. You're not supposed to sympathize with him. By giving him a backstory where he's been mistreated by everybody in his life except for his mother and his little sister. But his older sister is supposed to take him out for Halloween. She says no. She'd rather fuck her own boyfriend. And then you got the stepfather who's a complete asshole, Ronnie. Which I know, in horror movies, you want to have some people that you want to see die. Like Shane from the Child's Play remake. And this Ronnie, you want Ronnie to die immediately. But you don't want to relate. You don't want to have like, oh, Michael's being mistreated by everyone, so he gets picked on by this bully, the kid from Spy Kids, Junie Cortez from Spy Kids, right? He comes up with this clipping of Mom. We think she let me do her or something like that. And so he punches him. And yes, the one thing I don't agree with is that like the teacher comes in, he blames Michael. Michael says, "Fuck you," right? Little Michael. Hello, little Michael. Says, "Fuck you," right? Okay. But the teacher comes in and immediately blames Michael for what's going on without even hearing a story, right? Just like I talk about cops in movies. Without even hearing the story or what's going on, he blames Michael. Michael says, "Fuck you." He has every right to say that. And again, it makes you sympathize with him. So, but fuck you kind of makes you turn a little bit. But it's just like, I'm going to stop saying that. But the F you that he says, and then he beats the hell out of Junie Cortez with a stick, which, again, you want to see happen, but you don't need to. And let's talk about the night of his killings, right? So, this time the boyfriend gets killed. The sister's boyfriend gets killed, but he didn't in the original. You see him go up there and leave before anything happens. And then he shows up and he kills only his sister. Well, in this time, so, like I said, Judith's supposed to take him out for trick-or-treating. She says no, and he does get some candy. He's sitting outside the thing. And Rob Zombie has to, like, force his wife on us, right? He puts her in prominent roles, and he makes her do a striptease to the song Love Hurts. Well, Michael is sitting there pouting, and you're supposed to be sympathizing with him, right? According to this movie. He's pouting. Then it cuts to Rob Zombie's wife doing a striptease dance. It's like, really? I'm like, okay. Do you want us to sympathize with him, or do you want us to look at your wife? Because, pick one. Alright? Not saying nothing about his wife. His wife is very beautiful. I'm just saying. Pick one. You want us to sympathize with Michael while he's crying, or do you want us to look at your wife? Pick one. Go with that. Alright? Now we get to the killings. Alright? First of all, the mask. They have the mask. The Michael Myers mask. The Michael Myers mask. They have Judith's boyfriend bring the mask in. And so then young Michael puts the mask on and first he kills Ronnie by slitting his throat. And then he kills the boyfriend. And then he puts the mask on and he kills Judith. Michael Myers killed his sister wearing a clown mask, not that mask. Alright? You don't change that. Alright? Just because you want to introduce that mask early on. And the fact that later on, all those years later, he comes back to the house and he hid it in the house under the floorboards, it wouldn't be in a good condition like it was. Masks don't last that long, alright? I'm just saying. I'm over a rant in a review, but like I said, the second half is at least decent. Let's talk about Dr. Loomis. Donald Pleasant's version of Loomis is a great variation. He was caring. He cared about Michael, but he also cared about at a certain point, he did care about Michael, but he knew, he cared for him and he tried to take care of him. Then he knew that Michael should never get out. And he was this, he was a decent human being. Rob Zombie's version of Loomis? Oh, well, he took care of Michael, yeah. And then once Michael's an adult, he brings in someone else. He's saying goodbye. Someone else is going to come in and take care of him. So Loomis can make money off of him by selling his book. Oh, yes. And it doesn't change in the sequel, my friend. That does not change in the sequel. So, yeah. Loomis does come to the rescue of Laurie. And another way that differs like the rest of this movie is that they have already established that that's his sister, and they have Michael try to communicate it right out, but by showing the picture, but she doesn't get it. And another difference, which I kind of liked, and because it's Danielle Harris, and I think maybe Rob Zombie had common sense. I didn't kill off Danielle Harris because people would be pissed. She dies in the second one, spoiler alert, but she gets slashed, but she doesn't die. And the rest of the film is just just the Halloween shot for shot almost, except for like the confrontation with Michael takes place at a pool instead of in a house. There is a part with the house, but then there's a part of the pool where Loomis shoots him only 3 times, and then they get away. They say the line, "Was that the boogeyman?" And then Loomis, "I do believe it was," or whatever. Michael shows up. Supposedly, he attacks Loomis. And Laurie, they get down and Laurie shoots him point blank in the face. You can't survive that. No way. But there's a sequel, so, all in all, guys, can you tell I don't like this movie, like, at all? That whole first half really pisses me off. Then when you get to the regular half, it's like a grimier redneck version of John Carpenter's Halloween, with more titties, more ass. Especially like Linda, she's like full frontal nudity. You can see everything. Now, while I don't mind that, it's just, is it necessary? No. Good to look at? Yeah. But I don't know, guys. I gotta give Rob Zombie's Halloween a 5. We'll give it a 5. I really just don't care for this movie at all. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be low on the ranking, if not at the bottom. I have to see what I think about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But yeah, it gets a 5 for me. So what are your thoughts on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Do you hail it as a masterpiece? Do you not like it like I do? Do you like it enough? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love, peace, and chicken grease.